Hello, hello,
Good
everyone.
morning.
I am so excited to be here with one of our incredible authors for the Becoming Fully Powered book. Now, this is the proof copy, so that's why there's this weird banner right here. But Sofia-Marie is one of our 11 authors, and she is the first that I am interviewing for our author series. Now, before we get started, I want you to get out your pen, get out your phone, pen and paper, and mark down these dates. So, March 18th is when this book officially goes live. And this is when I want you to go on Amazon and buy your copies, buy for your grandmother, your brother, your sister, whoever. And these are actually really great gifts for colleagues as well. So, if you're a business owner, a pharmacist, March 18th. We're really excited to reach bestseller status. We do every single time, and we need your support. The second date is April 11th. So that is the day that we're all coming together, our authors, people in the community, and we are having our event, our book signing event. And this one is going to be really special. So I'll tease a little bit more throughout this interview, but this one is going to be not just one of those events where you come and passively sit, but you're going to be interacting with the authors. Because here's the thing, and this is the reason why I write anthologies, is because I have one perspective. Today, you're going to hear Sofia-Marie's incredible story, her passion, why she does what she does. When you read her story, you're going to resonate so much with it. And so when you come to this event, April 11th, you'll be able to connect, to network, to have a little champagne mimosa toast. It's going to be alcohol free, but we're still going to have fun. And we're coming together because women coming together is so powerful. And I've seen it over the past 14 years of doing transformation work, being in business. We cannot do this alone. So with that said, those are the two dates, March 18th, what is it? March 18th and April 11th. So mark your calendars. And I want to share, I'll have Sofia-Marie introduce herself because I'm going to brag on you a lot. So I'll let you you get started. So go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. So, like Christina said, thank you for having me. My name is Sofia-Marie. I am a mom of two and a golden retriever mom. And I am a pharmacist, but I'm also a certified functional medicine practitioner. And I am the founder of Mom to Mom's Apothecary LLC, where I focus on helping create a mother who feels empowered, a mother who feels confident in her choices for her health as well as the health of her family, and to help her kind of retake control of her vitality and her health so that she can shine as the amazing mother that she wants to be. And I provide very personalized care plans for each of my clients, as well as create a system of support around them so that they can feel confident in advocating for themselves, for their health, for their family. And they have a true support system grounded in their own confidence, but also knowing that I'm there for them as well. And with Mom to Mom's Apothecary, I've also created a community. So it's not just me holding your hand, right? I'm there to do that because I want to be the support that I wish I had from my pregnancies after I dealt with my gestational complications. But it's also a community of women who've experienced what you have, because of course you can have your mother, your husband, your family, your sister, right? Those support systems are so special, but they don't necessarily understand what you went through. And I wanted to create a community of women who can share their stories and feel supported by one another, because just like you said, when women come together, the power is so strong.
That's actually how I see you leading people in the future, is like bringing groups of women together in like a workshop format, or I don't know, events like that just came through
Yeah.
intuitively as you
Yeah.
were
Well,
talking.
I'm so glad that you said that, 'cause that's exactly what I'm hoping to do.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
starting, we're doing individual small webinars. I do a lot of lives now, where I can reach as many moms as possible. And I want to bring things to moms that are sometimes free, some things that are allowing you to just come into the community and learn a little bit. And then what we're moving towards as well, because a lot of us are working moms, it's the society we live in now, right? I'm bringing this as a wellness kind of webinar or a seminar in a lot of corporate settings that have moms who want to support moms in going on maternity leave or coming back from maternity leave, and setting up that empowered mom in the workforce as well. Because I think, especially for us moms who are working, balancing that work-life balance can be a little bit difficult, especially after coming out of a gestational complication. It's not very easy in your postpartum healing journey. So I help the mothers understand their rights. I help them learn how to advocate for themselves in their workplace as well as with their health. And then we kind of expand upon what the offices can be doing to support moms during that time.
I love that. And I know that there's a lot of DEI efforts around these different groups of like the working mother. So I really
Yeah.
do see you fitting into like a corporate setting or some of these other organizations that need someone who isn't just talking at them and educating them, but has actually walked the walk, which
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a like you're blending the science and the grounded evidence, but also the lived experience. And I see you post on LinkedIn on Sundays. I think it's like a science Sunday,
We do
right?
science Sundays. Yeah.
Okay. See, like I watch people and I'm like, I see you. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about that because I think that like how did you come up with that?
So as a pharmacist, right, I love science. I found that for me, when I started to go on my healing journey, it was I need to have the science behind it. I needed to have evidence as to why I would do something, right? And as I continued my healing journey, I learned how important that is, but also how important my intuition was, also how important that science doesn't necessarily just mean medication, right? It also can be a lot of different things. And I started to really break that down and incorporate that into the programs that I offer to my clients because I want them to feel like there is evidence based around what I'm doing because as a pharmacist that's always really resonated with me, and I want my patients to feel confident in what I'm providing to them. So not only am I providing the coaching service, but I'm also providing this evidence-based information so you know that this is not woo-woo or, out there ideas, right? This is real evidence studied material and has been proven to show success. So when we're working together, there is that understanding that there's that clinical background coming from it, but there's also that coaching aspect where it's following your intuition, following your grounding, and following what your body is telling you, right? And that's I think that what differentiates me from a lot of other maybe clinicians out there is that I am taking that next step of personalizing care to you. So it's learning all about your genetics, it's learning about how your body responds to different things, and then tailoring the care plan specifically to you. And that's where I find, again, where that differentiates me because I was seeing multiple doctors, multiple clinicians who were just giving me protocols and guidelines that they were following, trying to kind of put me in this like cookie cutter and say, okay, we'll try to fix you with this. So that didn't work. Now we'll try to fix you with that. And I was suffering and it was taking a lot of trial and error that I don't think was fair, especially as a mom, right? To be going through that. You were already dealing with so much. So for me, my methods are helping you kind of streamline and get to what's going to help you and actually make a difference instead of doing this constant trial and error. And I've spent over the past 3 years really deep diving into a lot of education and to have
Yes.
that evidence behind me so that so that I also feel confident in sharing that with my patients because I want them to feel truly supported and not just kind of like a number walking in and out of the door.
Right. It's what I'm hearing you say is it's this very intentional, customized approach. And I feel like a lot of the healing is actually validating the person's experience, which I
Yeah.
feel like you would do a beautiful job at because you're so in tune with your own nervous system and self. And that is sometimes the biggest piece that I think is missing is it's very clinical and versus like actually seeing the person in front of you and attuning with like, hey, I see you, I hear you. And I think that's a huge strength that you have too.
Thank you. I couldn't agree more. And I think as pharmacists, when I became a pharmacist, that's what I wanted to be for people, right? I wanted to be that like mesh between seeing a provider, being in and out of your office, and then kind of connecting with the
Yeah.
patient side. And unfortunately, in the system that is now, the retail setting was not the place for that. And as I continued on my pharmacist journey, I realized that pharmacy right now, it is changing, and I think we're doing the things to change it, right? So I think it can get there. So I decided, well, I'm not going to wait for someone else to give me that job. I'm just going to create that job, and I'm going to just be
Right.
the change that I want to be, right?
Right.
There's a certain change I want to see in maternal care. I wanted it for myself. So instead of waiting for someone else to do it and hope that I'm going to get that care, I was like, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to
Right.
create this community, create this business, create this program so that I can be that mesh between a patient and their provider. And I can kind of help them understand their care and personalize their care, but also respecting the healthcare system that it is right now, right? Because there needs to be a blend and a balance. So I'm very much about the combining both worlds and really listening to the patient and giving that patient the whole picture. It's all about them, and they deserve that, especially all the moms, especially us, because we need that. We nurture so much as mothers. I think it's allowed that we get to be nurtured as well.
How does it feel when I say to you that you are a pioneer in healthcare right now?
That's kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
uh,
Because that's what I'm hearing right now.
I love that. I hope that. I mean, I hope. I mean, it's a slow and steady ride, and I'm here for it. I think, and I think you know this too about me, Christina. I am here just because I want to help people. I felt alone after I had my complications. I felt like I couldn't find answers. I did begin to spiral, and I'm happy that I went through it because it made me learn so much about me, and it made me learn so much about how to ground myself and how to follow my intuition. So I'm grateful for the experience because I learned so much from it, and it's truly has transformed me. But I just want to help women. That's all I want to do, you know? And I think that no matter what happens with this, I hope I can be a pioneer, but all I want to do is if I can help one mom
No, you already
feel less
are. I'm
afraid
telling you.
of what it was to go through, then
Yeah.
I did my job, and I followed what God's plan was for me.
Yeah. Well, you're already doing it, and I really commend the courage, the gumption, the um because entrepreneurship is not always smooth. And that's why we need places and spaces where we're uplifted, where people can see our gifts, where we are in communities with other women, because every single person in this book has such a unique story. And the whole purpose of becoming fully powered from rock bottom to radiant spark is exactly this concept, right? It's like you went through a very difficult, heavy uh postpartum journey, and now you're transmuting that into becoming a radiant spark for your community. So I almost see it as like, this what is that called, sparkler?
Sparkler,
Yeah.
sparkler.
So like we're holding the torch for other people, so you are
Yes.
a pioneer in this community. So just I want you
Thank
to
you.
sit with that and really let that marinate.
Yeah, I
Because
am.
you are, and I speak the truth. You know me, I'm no BS. So you call
Yeah.
me fierce.
Yes, you're my
So
girl. That's why I work with
so
you.
yeah. So we didn't actually, I want to switch because we didn't talk about this. So I wanted the audience to hear something fun about you. We were supposed to start with this in my mind, but I want to, because it's funny, I never knew this fun fact about you. So go ahead.
So something that I shared with Christina, and there's a little snippet in the book, is I have been dancing since I was 3 years old. I love to dance. I've also taught dance throughout my life, and now I'm back teaching dance. I have a little girl. She's 2, turning 3, and I get to teach her class and a bunch of little girls. We teach ballet, and it is such a fun passion of mine. And I did stop after I had my first child, and right after I had my second. Um, and I think because I felt like my trauma kind of stripped me a little bit of who I was, being able to go back to dance now and just be in that environment and let myself be free and just enjoy myself with these little kids who are so much fun. Like they just show you what life is about, right? It just has invigorated my inner spark of like my inner child.
Yeah.
And it it has been a wonderful experience going back to dancing again. And I feel like I'm gaining myself back again. And I know that a lot of moms can probably resonate with that. It takes a long time, no matter how long it takes. If you can find it, it's really wonderful. And dance for me has always been an outlet to relieve my stress, to make me feel happy. And I'm just so happy that I get to share that with my daughter now and go back to something that really lets me feel like I can be myself again.
Show us some moves. I want to see your moves.
Well, I love tap dancing. So I'll get my tap shoes out.
So I was going to
Maybe I'll
ask
bring
you,
a
what
little
was your
tap dance to
favorite?
the
So
tap is my
tapping.
favorite. Yeah, I loved it. I
Okay.
wanted to be a rockette for the longest time. I am not tall enough, unfortunately, but growing up in New York, every Christmas we were at the Rockette show, and we actually
Wow.
had a Rockette teach us that dance. We had a really my studio was amazing, and she's worked with so many experts. So tap and the kick line was my jam. So
Wow, that's
yeah,
amazing.
that was
So I did dance for 15 years and I did everything. It sounds like we did similar
yeah,
ballet, tap, jazz, hip hop, lyrical. And then I
yeah,
also did kickline in high school.
yeah. Me too. So
So
great.
yeah, there's a lot of
So
similarities. We're Italian. So Sofia-Marie lives 2 towns away from where I grew up. Like there's just a lot. So
yeah, that's why
so
we
wait,
vibe
how
so
tall are
well.
you then? Are you 5'5"?
I'm 5'4".
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
gonna stand next to you and we're gonna be like this.
yeah.
I had a client that was, I think, 4'11". I think so. Yeah, Katie. Katie was like 4'11", and when I finally met her in person, I'm like, oh my
That's so
God.
funny.
But yeah. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I like to share like fun
Yeah.
facts that people
I
might
love
not
it.
know about you.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to share with the audience about like even this book process? Like what was I guess the most like surprising thing, or I don't know, like what would you say about this process?
Well, I will say it was extremely cathartic, and
Yeah.
I I knew there was going to be a sense of that going into this, but I didn't realize how much I needed it, to be honest. Like this process and writing my story. I think that I kind of hid behind sharing my story for a while because I didn't know if I truly wanted to like really accept it myself, right? And as I was building this business, I think that's what was missing. I needed to like truly be vulnerable with myself, and I think I realized through this process how I stopped letting myself be vulnerable, right? Just in life. I think I let the overwhelm of my perfectionism and people pleasing and being this certain person kind of take over my personality, and I lost like following my intuition. I lost believing in myself, and this writing my story and sharing how I truly felt throughout my life, throughout this process, like this transformative moment in my life,
Yeah.
allowed me to honestly regain my confidence in myself, regain my vulnerability, and making myself understand that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to feel my feelings and be in that. And this story allowed me to do that. It allowed me to like release this perfectionism complex. It allowed me to like kind of come full circle on this journey that I've been going through, right? I know we work together on some nervous system work and understanding grounding, and I've done a lot of work on myself in that space because it was something that I wasn't comfortable with beforehand and maybe didn't really believe so much in. And the proof is in the pudding, man. I mean, it was like the minute I started really giving into that, it was really transformative. And this book and this writing process just allowed me to pour all of that into it and really made me feel like I can go back to being who I want to be, that young self, that like self that like you wish you could be, right? Like adulthood is hard, motherhood is hard. So sometimes you get kind of caught up in that personality, and I wanted to really find myself again, and this book allowed me to do that.
Mm.
It was really I loved like word vomiting and getting all of my emotions out and then going back and rereading it. And it was, like I said, it's just very cathartic, very therapeutic for me. And it was exactly what I needed in this moment. And it came out exactly how I wanted it to. And I'm just
Mm.
couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity to have been able to do this.
I love it. And what I'm hearing you say is like there were these protective parts and there's, it's like I always say there are these the people pleasing perfectionism, like I have all of that too. It's like who's driving the bus?
Hmm.
Like they're in the back seat still, but like they're a lot quieter. And so that I'm always hearing like now your true self can shine through because when we
Yes.
have these protections, it's like I have to present a certain way. I have to look polished. I have to control the way that people perceive me. But it's actually like once we can soften that, then the true you can shine through. So I love how we're talking about like dance and some of the things that you love doing. Like, I still use journaling. Like I journal all the time and I always did even when I was a little girl because that's how I process. That's how I get things out. So that might be
Mm.
helpful even for your business journey.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
just
I'm
to
gonna get
kind of
my gel pens
yeah.
because that's what I used to do. Do you remember the gel pens?
Oh, yes. So this is like people better not steal my pen because this is like the one that I like. I actually have, hold on, let me get my other one. So when you come to the book signing, I actually got these for free, which I think that this is a gift from God, the gift from the universe. Look how
Oh my God, I
cute.
love it. That's could not be more perfect.
Yeah. So we're going to have everybody who comes to the book signing. I've got like 50 of these
That's
pens.
amazing.
And I love what you said too. Like it is hard. Motherhood is hard. My husband and I always talk about this. Like it can be so heavy. Even when you go on Facebook, you watch the news. So I'm always like, him and I try to like I don't want to lose that inner kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I get excited over stuff like this, or I don't know, like you gotta
Yeah. No,
like have
100%.
fun with different things. So
100%. There
yeah.
is there is a lot of heavy in the world. There's a lot of heavy in motherhood, and to be able to do that, I think is honestly the foundation to everything. It's the foundation to my program because if we're not ready to do that, everything else that I share with you or educate you on will feel too heavy as well, right? So the first foundation is becoming grounded, becoming empowered for yourself so that when we go to educate you and take you to the next steps to maybe doing some changes and transforming you, it doesn't feel as heavy. It doesn't feel like work. It feels like this exciting new adventure to be on, right? And it's just kind of shifting the perspective a little bit. And
Mm.
that's why I think the coaching aspect of what I do is so important because it's not just me like throwing information at you and being like, here's all the information I can provide you. And it's not just like this course, it's like this one-on-one coaching between you and myself or you and a group so that you can feel true personalized care, and it doesn't have to feel stressful. It can just feel exciting. It can feel like a mom's group where you're coming and being able to vent and share and then getting some really helpful tips on how to navigate the waters of motherhood. And
Mm.
I think that's the biggest piece that I would want people to be taking away from my programs is that they actually felt a difference and they're able to sustain that difference because we were able to coach you in the right direction. And I think that sustainability piece is the biggest thing for me because I felt
Mm.
like I didn't have that. I had no one sharing with me. I had a lot of information being thrown at me. I think social media does a great
Yeah.
job at doing that, right? They just like
Yeah.
throw so much information. You don't know what's real versus what's not. So insert me. I want to be your guide. I'm going to help you kind of navigate those waters and then really feel like you're getting a real plan to make a difference. And it's not just a checklist. It's like working with me and getting true guidance so that you can sustain it. Because, I think it takes 21 days to build a habit, but only 3 days to break it. So if we don't have somebody there to kind of hold our hand and help us stay accountable, but also guide us, it's really easy to fall back to old habits.
Hmm.
So my goal is to try to help really transform you and then have you be part of this community of women so that you can kind of pay it forward and do the same.
I love it. I feel like it's so much more than like the preeclampsia piece. It's
Yeah.
like connection, motherhood,
Yes.
connecting back to your body. So
Absolutely.
if we could or if you could give someone out there, whether it's a mom that's struggling with preeclampsia or motherhood or balancing, like what would you say from a compassionate lens? Like what would you tell her, the person watching?
Well, I tell her you're beautiful and you're amazing because you're already showing up for yourself and your family, right? You're doing everything that you can. I want to tell you that it's okay to feel vulnerable. It's okay to feel like maybe you're not being able to do it all because, in all honesty, it takes a village. And I want you to feel confident in yourself to know that there is support out there for you and it's okay for you to ask for support. It's okay. That was really hard for me. I was like, I can do it all. I can figure it out. And then as I kind of dug myself into this hole, it was really hard for me to come out of that. And I felt like, why should I ask for help? That's not what moms do. Moms figure it out.
Yeah.
I want to put a kibosh on that. That is asking for help is the best thing that you can possibly do. It doesn't have to be crazy amounts of help if you don't want it, but asking for help or just asking to be seen is okay. And sometimes you need to kind of look outside maybe the inner circle that you have to get that, because sometimes it's easier to be vulnerable with someone that you don't really know so well. Than actually sharing it with somebody who's so close with you. So it's okay to ask for help. You're going to do it. You're going to get through it. And there's going to be women out there like myself who want to help you and get you through this journey. And the village is real. You need it. It's here. And I'm want to be, there right there with you to help you get through it. But no matter what, you are doing an amazing job, and I'm here for you.
I love it. Well, I am so honored that this was your very first podcast ever.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yay! And you did amazing. So I'm celebrating you. I hope that this message reaches the women that need it far and wide. We're going to share it and come celebrate the book signing with us, because
I
Sophia
can't
Marie
wait
will
to be
be
there.
there, and she's going to be holding not the proof copy, but like the actual book in her hand. It's going to be such a special, intentional day of celebration, of laughter, tears, like all the things. And for you to be witness, because a lot of us think that, we have to carry it all ourselves. And the truth is you don't. And we are here to embrace you, and everybody is welcome. So thank you so much for sharing your story, your heart, your wisdom with our community. And how can people connect with you? What's the easiest way for them to find you?
All right. So you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at mom, the number 2, Mom's Apothecary. And then you can also visit my website, which is www.mom, the number 2, Mom's Apothecary, LLC.com. And that has all my services, resources, and everything that you can connect with me.
I love it. And we can also drop it in the show notes here for everybody. So awesome. Well, our next interview is Thursday, so I will see you all on Thursday, and we have matching little cups together today, mugs, whatever. And that's okay. And I will see you all on Thursday. All right. Bye.
Thank you.